Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the dark side of the live stream edition. Thank you. Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Not now. Today, I'm up today. I had a good day. Joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the mighty Belle, who will not be displayed because she's got the Wolfman Jack kind of thing going. I'm still a little bit nasally. I've been very I've been sick, man. This cold has just been tearing me up, and I got the Wolfman Jack going, and I think you guys can tolerate that. It's in the radio business, we just call it balls. He's got balls. His voice has got balls, but I don't think you want to hear Belle with balls. So I completely leave it up to her if she wants to talk or not. Belle, do you want to say hi? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's a no. She doesn't want to say hi, but I promise you that she's here. But we also have Eric Weissenen with us tonight. Eric, how are you, sir?
Doing great. Yourself?
I have balls, so I'm doing very well, man.
Don't we all on this stream now? Ain't that right, Bella?
Well, I don't carry a Motorola pager. So if I did so, I still got it. Yeah. Here at the Podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and again, welcome to the podcast. And thank you. Yeah, I've been laid up, dude. It's been rough. I'm just not a good sick person. If you've ever seen The Big Bang Theory and you see when Sheldon gets a cold and he just goes to pieces, that's me, 100% goes to pieces. I'm like singing Amazing Grace. I'm texting everybody. I'm dying, man. This is it for me. This is how it ends. And I don't handle it well. I'm usually, I'm healthy. I'm happy. But yeah, dude, I get a cold, man. I go to pieces and I am simply, nobody could live with me. There's just no way anybody could live with me. I can barely be handled when I'm happy. So when I'm sick, man, it's just I'm a parasite, and I get it. I'm just saying I get it, but I seem to be on the downside of it. So I'm kind of excited about our conversation tonight, Eric, that we're going to have going. I got some really good news today, dude. I copied you on that from Jackal, but I got some very, very good news today, and it's going to fall flat on most of the crypto universe out here because most of the crypto universe, dude, is borderline. They're not functional. They're financially illiterate and they don't quite understand where value comes from. They have no idea. They honestly and firmly believe that the thing that drives value, that creates wealth, is simply people buying and selling a token, and that's not the case at all. It's never been the case. To create wealth in a traditional world, you would take raw materials, you turn them into goods, and you would sell them. Or you would provide a service that somebody cannot perform themselves, and they will pay you for said service. See, now that's generating wealth. We don't do that in crypto. 90% of crypto, we don't do that. What we do is present you opportunity to invest early, to get in before everybody else, and then rug the ever-loving shit out of them. That's crypto in a nutshell. And if anybody wants to record this for me and cut and paste that little snippet right there, because I assure you that I am correct. You know why Eric's looking down and to the left? Because he knows I'm right. But we don't want to say that, man. And, most made money off from this, man, but it's not enough, dude. It's not enough just to do that. If it was enough just to do that, we would be a wildly different stream. But it's not, man. It is about generating wealth, creating wealth by providing a service, and that's kind of where we are. So you've heard of Aegis, Eric, right? Aegis, the fact that we're business partners in this, you're familiar with Aegis, correct?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay. So we've been kind of struggling a little bit, and it's always been on our file retriever system portion. That's where we've been struggling. And for those of you not familiar with Aegis, this is Aegis. This is the data storage app that just now, because of what they did, has become a space saver app. So when I saw their release and I saw their crypto post on that stuff, I immediately called Marston. It's not like he and I talk all the time, but when something like that comes out, I've got to hear it from the guy who built it. And that's kind of where we came down to. So I called him and I said, dude, is this real? I mean, and if it is real, how did you do it? Now, here was my first concern. It's something simple, guys. It's thumbnails. Now, anybody who's used Jackal in the past, used a Jackal dashboard, knows that when your file goes up, it may have a file name, whatever you named it, and a time and date stamp. But there's no visual representation of it. There is no such thing as a thumbnail. So you have to sort through what you sent up and the time and date that you sent it up to be able to find it. Now, that was a hindrance of V3. They were kind of stuck with that, and there was nothing we could do about it. And now, Aegis is also, we are stuck with the limitations of Jackal. So we can really only do what they can do. Now, we can modify it on our side, on server side. We can do all of that. But we don't have access to your data either. So it's not like I can give you a visual representation of what you sent up. All I can do is show you the files that you sent up and the time and the date that you sent them. I don't know what they are. So here's what they did, and this is actually brilliant, man. This is next level stuff here, dude. So as part of Jackal.js, what happens here, and again, I could be mistaken, and I'm sure Marston or Patrick is going to explain it better. But what it does is it takes a snapshot of the image, and it basically goes up with the data itself. Now, it happens on your device. It happens on your computer, or in the case of Aegis, it happens on your phone before it's sent on. So it's just now baked in there as part of the base program, part of Jackal.js. So it takes a snapshot of the image. Say it was a picture, it'll take a snapshot of it. If it was a video, it will take a snapshot of a single frame of it, and then the entire thing is encrypted, and then the entire thing is sent over to Jackal. But because they have that little piece, instead of just having a file name, there's a picture there. Now, they can't see the picture. That's the brilliant part of this, is because once it's on Jackal, the only person who can see it is the person who sent it there, whose wallet address it came from. So even though they now implemented thumbnails on this, they still can't see them. Aegis can't see them. Nobody can see them but the person who put them there. Now, what does this do for us, specifically for Aegis? I don't care what it does for Jackal. Jackal's a tool. They're a tool for us. But what does it do for Aegis customers is that when you go to your file retriever system, now you're going to see all pictures of all of the images that you sent up, but they're not on your phone. They don't exist on your phone. They have nothing to do with your phone, but you can still see them. You can still see them because all we have to do is ping the Jackal dashboard and bring them to you. This is what you're seeing, but they don't exist on the phone. They only exist in the Aegis cloud. You like how I do that, Eric? You like the branding? How I say it's the Aegis cloud? It's the
Aegis
Jackal
cloud.
cloud. Powered by Jackal, dude. All right, look, this is marketing, and this is how it's done. So they just saved us months worth of work to really refine in this file retriever system to something that is comfortable in the Web 2 world. They will literally think that those pictures are on their phone, but they're not, only if they want them to be. And if they're doing it through Aegis, we give them the option. Do you want to keep it on your phone? Great, you can do it, and here's your backup copy. Do you not want that on your phone? Great. It's not on your phone, but you can still see it. Do you get, am I the only one who's really excited about this, dude? Because not only are we a private, mobile, cloud-based hot storage, but we're also a space-saving app because there's no reason that you need to keep this stuff on your phone anymore. It is one click away. And because it's purely hot storage, that one click is that fast. You want it back? Boom, here it is. Right back on your phone, right where it started. You migrated it home. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this, dude, because nobody else is doing this. If Dropbox did it, they did it because they can see your data. If iCloud does it, they did it because they can see your data. If anybody else does it, it's because they can see your data. But Jackal is doing it, and they still can't see your data. I don't know how better you could serve something like this up, dude. I mean, they are literally giving me a home run. I mean, without even, I'm not even stepping up to the plate. All right, dude. And we're sitting here with this massive ERA, and I haven't even stepped up to the plate, dude, because every time they do something like this, we get the benefit of it. I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty here. Not at least so much, man. I mean, I'm still cool with it, but there you go, Eric. I would love your thoughts on this.
Yeah. So one absolutely huge one is what you mentioned, that it's going to save a whole bunch of space on your phone. So if you have up to 64 gigs of available space on your phone, you can have a terabyte perpetually accessible. You can have many terabytes perpetually accessible, but in addition to saving you infinite space on your phone from having to download and still having the usability of seeing what you're looking at, it's also more safe because haters would say that in the terms and conditions of Apple and of these phone providers, that they could basically download what storage that you do have on a physical device, and you don't have access to it, or the limitation of access control like you think you would, just because you hold it in your hand and it's not in their store still. And this gives you that security that if the feds or whoever choose to download everything on your phone for shiggles and throw it in one of their Oracle databases, all the stuff that you have saved, which is far more storage than your phone could even handle, is still safe. That's pretty
Yeah,
safe.
and you know what? Even let's go devil's advocate here, man. Let's say they force you to put your thumb on our, because we have biometrics. You don't have to use them for Aegis. You don't have to. But if you choose to enable them, then it's thumbprint, Face ID login. Let's pretend that they force you to do that. There's a feature that I asked for in Jackal a long time ago, and I hit up Karnt that sees the front end dev for that, and I hit him up. I said, dude, give me the nuke button. I will never ever use it. All right, but I would love to have the option, the nuclear option, that I hit one button and everything that's on Jackal is absolutely destroyed and deleted, but it has to be me that does it. And he put in that nuke button. So the very first thing that I can do is log in through Aegis, and with my thumbprint, the next thing I can do is hit that nuke button, and guess what? It's all gone. There's no copies. There's no anything, because the only person who can initiate that transaction is the person that has the account or has access to that wallet. There's only one person that has access to that wallet. That's you. That's the person who signed up. So, yeah, log in and nuke it all and give them the phone. Here you go, man. Knock yourself out, because there is absolutely nothing there. I understand. Look, I get it, man. I'm ready for the heat, and I'm ready for this debate, because this seems like a very good criminal app. It absolutely does. I'm not going to walk away from that. Sure. But if that being the case, is everybody who uses it a criminal? Because that's where we're going to go. We're going to go Black Mirror with this thing. Therefore, if it can be used, the fallacy of division. We'll go fallacy of division. If it can be used for a criminal act, therefore, everybody who uses is a criminal, right? Isn't that how it works? No, it's none of those things. It's privacy app, whatever you use it for, babe. That's up to you, man. I'm not telling you what to do, what you can do or can't do with it. All I can say is that the product exists. We made it Web 2 friendly. We abstracted away the Web 3, and use it or don't use it. However, if you do expose your data, don't do that, because as soon as you expose your data publicly, it can be tracked back to that wallet, and we can see every other thing you did. We can't see it, but we know that there was criminal activity that was happening behind this wallet, and we're going to seize all your data. Just like that. It's going to get up, boxed, and sent on. So as long as you mind your own business, everybody else is going to mind their business. Enjoy the app. Enjoy the privacy. I'm very, very excited about this. I just want to get in front of it, dude, because I know what's coming. As soon as we release it, I know what's coming. So that's it, man. We're just not going to treat people like criminals. All right, we're just providing a product, providing a service. They keep making it better and better, easier and easier. And it's very, very important that all of these things happen, because it's very, very important for a lot of my other holdings. And I'm sure you know what I mean by that, because a lot of my other holdings are tied to Jackal specifically. So it's very, very important that Jackal thrives, because what happens if Jackal thrives, Eric? What happens if Jackal doubles up overnight? What happens when Jackal goes back to, let's say it goes to $2.20? What would happen to AXV if Jackal went to $2.20?
We get to proudly be the Brian Scalabrine on that championship Celtics team.
And I don't know what else to say about that, man. So yes, this is that flywheel ecosystem thing that Eric Weissman has always been talking about, and you need one real good breakout for that to happen. I believe that Jackal's going to be that breakout. Now, Astrovault is going to keep doing their thing because they did the most obvious thing ever, and they're migrating from chain to chain to chain. Because when you provide a product on that can perform on virtually any L1, why would you not want to have that thing on as many L1s as possible? Eric, would you like to speak on that just a little bit?
It's really similar to what you were mentioning about how criminals can use your app and do a lot of cool things on it, because what you built is something with a ton of utility, and it's utility for everybody, and criminals are people too. But Jordan says, Republicans can buy shoes. Hey, criminals can buy data storage too, and they can do cool stuff with it. And you built something with a lot of utility. Similarly, we built a great DEX model, and it would be the best DEX model for any layer one. And a whole lot of layer ones exist, and all of them want good DEX models. So
you know what, dude? You keep saying that. You keep saying that over and over and over, dude. I haven't had a attack on you for a while, but I'm going to do it right now because it's just me and you, and there's no producer to stop me. There's no voice in this here. Why are you the best DEX model, dude? You keep waving that banner. All right, you're doing the Monty Python. We're the best DEX model. Yay! Why are you the best DEX model? All right, because I need you to substantiate this, dude. All right, go ahead.
In order for DeFi to function, like I believe in decentralized business. I believe that you believe in decentralized business. For things like Jackal to truly thrive and be safe, it has to grow beyond the team. It has to get to the point where if Marcin got arrested for this, that Jackal would continue keeping on, because I'm running storage nodes, you're running storage nodes, and the protocol continues functioning. People can still buy storage. People are still incentivized to create storage. It is a system that runs outside of censorship, outside of governments. It just exists. In order for that to work, there has to be means of permissionlessly trading and facilitating the routing of these tokens. That requires things like DeFi. For these things to be permissionless, for these things to exist, they need to survive me getting arrested and our teams getting arrested and shot and everything that happened to the Telegram founder. And for that to happen, it needs to be a sustainable ecosystem.
Wait. Did you say shot?
Yeah.
If you get shot, where are you spending your spare time, dude? That you're at risk of being shot. Is it simply being in America, or did you misspeak there? Do you really? I mean, do we need to send some guys over to your house? I can do that, dude. I got guys.
I went to public school.
Oh, that's all it is? I'm sorry. All right, man. Continue. I'm here to derail you tonight.
I don't think things are ever going to go that way. Like, certainly pray they don't. But I mean, realistically, if we are building the tools of freedom, it stands to piss off a whole bunch of really, really rich people who don't want people to have freedom. And we see how that happens. A lot more founders in your scene have been assassinated. Like, a lot of crypto founders have been assassinated. A lot of them are in jail for committing no crimes. Like, realistically, everyone's like, oh yeah, we want crypto to take over. It's not going to be a peaceful takeover. And it's all great if it's a bull market, we all made money. It's like, no, money comes with a target on your back. Upsetting global infrastructure comes with a target on your back. If Jackal gets to a point where they have a larger market cap than Oracle, which I think is likely, then it's going to be a really big deal. Good and bad. Good because we're here early and we all get rich, I guess, but there's targets that comes with it. There's big, awful shit that comes with it. There's a lot of existing rich people who stand to lose from losing a monopoly on this kind of data control. So yeah, it's not going to be as peaceful as we all hope. And we need something that can survive beyond just the founders. And in order for that to happen, it has to be profitable, or the token's just going to go to zero and the DEX can't survive beyond it.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I fully expect to be locked up. I'm serious, man. Look, man, all pure integrity here. I fully expect to be served papers, and I expect to be arrested for doing this eventually. As we grow, as we scale, as we become the thing, I fully expect to be served, summoned, threatened, black bagged, all that other good stuff, because there is no bit of information that I can give them about my consumers. They're going to say, we want this information. I'm going to say, I don't have it. There's nothing, I can't give it to you. I can make shit up. Will that get me out of this? Will that get me out of this van? Can I make shit up? Because I'll do that all day, man. That's my gift. But there's no personal, there's no PII I can give anybody about anything. I can literally open up all my databases, everything. Here you go. Knock yourself out. Find who you're looking for. And it's assigned to nobody, man. It's a bunch of letters and numbers that are meaningless without somebody stepping up and saying those belong to me. We do not ask personally identifiable information. There's nothing I can do. You're literally building me a pay rail that enables me to push this product out to Web 2, and I still will not have any information. There is nothing that I can do or provide. But you know, we all been around the block a little bit. I think we understand how this works. You know, it's not just enough to say, well, what can I do, man? I have rights and all that. They're gonna say, yeah, okay, yeah. We're gonna handle your rights. So
yeah, rights are something great in theory.
They're great when everything's
when
going
you're in a
well.
jail cell. What do you get when you're in a jail cell and no one can hear you? What difference do your rights make?
Exactly, dude. So, but there is, I can't dime anybody out. There's nothing I can do, and it ain't me. It ain't just me. Belle's going down as well. Her name is on all of those documents. It ain't just me. It's just good to have company, man. When you're going up the river, it's good to have somebody there with you. So, yeah, I understand I'm being cavalier about this. It might change in 2 years when I'm actually getting that. And I hold up the summons right here on this stream and I say, Scott's going to be going away for a while. Little bit.
And we have the video saved on Omniflix because they're going to take all these down off YouTube. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, it's you know, that's the funny thing, dude. I don't even need Omniflix anymore. You saw Jackal streaming, right? I sent you the link. Yeah. All you had to do was click the link, dude. Yeah, Marston. He's bored. He's not part of the front end right now, so he's not part of the new Jackal dashboard. You can't have that many cooks in there. When you have 15 cooks trying to cook a single chicken, it's not going to come out well. So he's not part of that. So I think he's bored, and he keeps coming up with stuff. So he just Jackal's streaming through IPFS, dude. So just like that, interplanetary file system. The link is immutable, cannot be altered. The data that is stored on Jackal cannot be found by any way, shape, or form unless you happen to use an IPFS link that you publicly exposed. So yeah, dude, Jackal streaming. That's the end of censorship, man. There is no such thing. Everybody, we're going to take them down. You can't. You can't. All right, these servers are everywhere. IPFS is everywhere. So unless you're willing to shut down the global internet to take that video down, which, by the way, I don't think you can do because Brazil tried that with Elon Musk, and he just said, yeah, Starlink, we're not going to turn it off. Well, we're not going to let your people pay for it. He said, okay, it's free. He just said, okay, you can have it for nothing. I'm just saying, it's an end to censorship. All right, that's done. We can anymore. If you see people up there bitching, they're just bitching for the purpose of bitching. But Web3 exists now. The genie is out of the bottle, and there's absolutely nothing that's going to put this genie back in. I'm incredibly excited about where we are, man, because this is what Web3 is for, man. This is what it should be for. This is the Guy Fawkes masks again, and the guys behind microphones that are all sound like Hugo Weaving, that are out there just talking away about taking it back. It's public now, man. There's nothing you guys can do about it. There's nothing anybody can do about it. It's decentralized. It's out there. It's not controlled by a single entity, and it cannot be shut down because you don't control every single server that exists and every single validator that exists in every single country. You don't. So, yeah, now I'm just trying to say, how best can we utilize this thing? Why don't we give this level of privacy and control over to every single individual human out here that wants it? And as we scale, this is why I'm so excited. That's why I'm wearing the T-shirt, by the way. T-shirts are available, guys. $25. You like a T-shirt? I don't care what you charge. We're going to give them away at NFT Nashville, dude. But... I'm sorry, I derailed myself, dude. I was about to get on my soapbox. I think you felt it. I haven't been drinking like anything for the last week because I've been sick. So this stuff has hit me like a freight train right now.
Are you sick because you haven't been drinking for a week?
No. No, I got a cold, dude. You don't hear the wolf man, the wolf. Hey there, cats and kittens. Welcome to the podcast. No, dude, I feel but I'm on the downside of it now, and I'm broadcasting, so I drink when I broadcast, man. And this is the level of executive alcoholic that you have here. Anyway, we can't bring Belle on, so she's actually posting some questions up over here. So I'm going to read them, dude, because I'm an excellent producer. All right. And we can answer them. I don't care who. So the first question from Private Human. But why will profit of a project change a coin price? It moves price only because of the greater fool market reactions. Coins are not shares. Eric, would you like to address this one? Because that
Wrong.
look at you revving up. Look at him. Did you guys see him? Did you guys see him?
That's fake
He's
news.
Like,
wrong.
He's doing this number right here. Yeah. Okay, Eric. Why don't you take that question?
My entire job with tokenomics is to give value to the token away from equity. People who are just only making equity investments hate me. And I won't touch their tokens if they don't do something like what I'm doing. We force the value to go through the token. It's not a security. It's not a commodity. It is a new asset class. Of course, digital assets is still too broad, but it's got a lot of remnants of both. It's kind of a security. It's kind of a commodity. It's definitely a utility token. It's got a shit ton of utility. But if you look through the econ paper that I had a significant hand in contributing to and showcase that there is protocol revenue and protocol profits that is controlled, owned, and driven to the token directly. Talking about growing protocol-owned liquidity from a non-DeFi application perspective. That means that as you're purchasing Jackal Storage, as everyone's purchasing Jackal Storage, as you're just buying Aegis and Aegis is having to purchase Jackal Storage, then all of these dollars are going to the protocol. This is putting in buy-side price support orders on the buy side of the price. If the price goes down, basically we cushion the decrease of the price, give out more to stakers, burn more Jackal tokens. As the price continues to go up, we're supporting it and getting more buy side pressure support. So there will be a lot of treasury management type stuff, but like depending on the size of the purchases, the sizes of the orders, like the protocol itself, the DAO itself, governed, owned by the Jackal token, is earning a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but those are just words, dude. All right, these are just words, man.
Right now, you can go on Astrovault and you can see like, oh, $560,000 treasury, and we could put up a vote and we can give out, $10,000 worth of wrapped Bitcoin to somebody. Like that is something that we could actually do right now. When we're talking about Jackal on a size of a scale larger than Oracle, which owns the Warriors Arena and all this stuff, like you're talking about this DAO owning billions of dollars in a crazy diversified treasury, where it's now the treasury itself is investing in the layer that's building out on top of it because it has more money than it knows what to do with in a decentralized fashion. There are people on staff hired by the DAO to help maintain and advise and run the treasury. This is an entirely new business class than has ever existed, because it's publicly accessible, because it's not just some board that meets and chooses what to do. It actually is decentralized. If you have one token, you actually can participate in it. You don't have to also earn a board seat and try to figure out how to make this work. So Jackal is going to be a leader in this new type of global decentralized business, at the forefront.
Did you say arena? Oracle's got an arena named after it, because FTX had an arena, dude. I'm not sure you want to make that association, but I'm happy to run with it, dude.
I don't give a shit about Oracle. I give a shit about Jackal. Oracle's not doing crypto.
Did you like FTX? Were you a big fan? Be honest.
I was a huge fan of the product, a huge not fan of how they laundered money, which I called out plenty of times ahead of. They
like type a couple keys, dude, and $5 billion of myth shows up, and Tom Brady comes and signs off on it, dude. It was such a beautiful thing. This is what you're talking about with a new asset class, because people don't get it. They have no idea. They don't get it. They believe what they believe what they're told, and they don't believe their own, they don't believe their own eyes on something like that. So, okay. Anyway, I hope that answered the question. I'm a terrible producer, by the way, dude. I do not do this. All right. From New Type, honestly, I think you are Scott Hart. Most of crypto retail probably could care less, but libertarians are very intrigued, I'm sure. Crypto bros only care about how much can I make. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. That is kind of how the market is working right now. I'm intrigued by it, I'm very, very intrigued by it because I'm a broadcaster. I'm a shill. That's why I get called a shill, dude, because I'm a shill, and it intrigues me because everything that I put out there is time and date stamped of what I said, when I said it, and exactly how I said it. Because I can't alter video, dude. It goes up. Uh, yeah, no, crypto bros really only care about that because crypto bros walk on the ground. Crypto bros don't sit up there at 30,000 feet looking at the broader landscape. They are only looking 10 feet in front of themselves. That's why your memes bloom and gloom so very quickly because any rational person is going to look at that and say, what the fuck am I buying? What am I putting my money in for, man? They understand that it's gambling. But still got a cold, dude. But any reasonable, rational investor is going to stay wide away from those things unless they are the ones that are actually developing them. Meaning, they're developers. You're not developers, dude. You created a meme. It's a smart contract. It's not that big a damn deal. But they come out like they invented, a better way to toast bread. You didn't. All right. You made a smart, you got this, you got a bunch of people to hype it. And then you got a bunch of silly people to buy it. That's all it is them giving you their money and you being excited about it and watching, just burning them flat. That's crypto, man. That's Thunderdome. That's because people do not look 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the line. Now, you have your oddballs in there. You got your Shibas, you got your Doges, you got all these things. But these actually don't represent anything. They it's nothing. They go up or down as people buy or sell them. That's it. Bitcoin is the same goddamn thing. And I understand I'm going to lose people with that, but I'm not wrong. Bitcoin goes up or down as people buy it or sell it. And the whole, well, it's got a fixed supply. That it only has a fixed supply because we haven't hit the cap yet. That's the only reason that it has a fixed supply. Once we hit the cap, watch what happens. And we are time and date stamped on this very video. I'm 100% right. 1,000% right. All right. Everything is going to change when that happens. Because suddenly it's like, well, that's where people like Eric, I'm putting in big frame right now. That's where people like Eric, clever guys like Eric, show up and say, well, we could do X, Y, and Z. And then that little, max supply thing doesn't really matter. Am I wrong here, Eric? Have you put a little bit of thought into this?
Yeah, I think we're gonna fork to a new one that can get more funding for the team, and we're gonna call it BitCuji.
Okay. I'm sorry. I went back to the questions, and there's lines through them now. Bell, was I not supposed to answer these? You gave me nothing here. All right? You gave me nothing. You just posted it, and you didn't give me any direction. You understand that this is not my thing, right, Bell? Yeah, look at her now. Oh, I can't talk now. All right, next question from New Type. What happens if I lose my keys for Aegis app? Do I lose everything? I'll take this one, Eric. No, sir. You don't lose everything. Now, everything that we're doing is account based, but it's all wallet based. So the reason that we even have you give us an email is because we have to have a way to give you access to your account back if the worst should happen. Your phone falls in the water, you lose it, you forget your password, whatever. We're not going to lock you out of your data. All right, this is a Web3 abstracted model. That means that we need a way to send you back your password. That's the only thing that matters here, man, is your password. So if nothing else, please protect your password. But yeah, whoever has your login ID and your password, in essence, from where we're sitting, they have access, just like anything else. Now, we could put in 2FA, and we do have plans for that. Not right now. We're not big enough. But when we are big enough, then we're going to put in 2FA like you would see in any other Web2 app, where we're going to need that and confirmation that it is you. But we have to be very, very careful about this without asking you for too much personal information. As soon as we ask you for a phone number, that phone number is on record somewhere. Somewhere that phone number exists, that it's tied to G Taurus or New Type or whomever asked that question. So we have to be very, very careful how we do our 2FA. And if nothing else, what I would love more than anything else for the people who are out there dreaming up crypto projects, find a way for us to 2FA Web2 clients. Now, you do that, we'll pay you for that service. We will pay you for every single one of our clients so that you take care of that. They can get their information back, and we don't have to know anything about them. Honestly, man, look, it's a good project. So if somebody's bored, some developer out there is bored, happens to catch a podcast, build me that, because it's going to be in demand. All right, we're early in this. We Aegis, anybody actually building Web3 abstracted apps are incredibly early in this. But we're going to need these tools if we want to fully be able to implement this stuff while maintaining no KYC. That's the important thing, is the no KYC. So if anybody has an idea for something like that, needs some funding for something like that, hey, Scott at ThePodocasts.com, let's talk, because I'm sure you can make some money on it. But it's a product that I need, and my resources are dedicated to this right here. But we can get something worked out. The people that are hovering in this crypto world at 30,000 feet, these are the guys that see something like this, that they're saying, we don't need it now, but we're going to need it 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. So let's get it built. Let's get it built. Let's get it out while it's cheap. Early movers will get it cheap. Sorry, it is what it is, man. We're a first mover on this. But everybody else will pile in afterwards. These are all tools that are available to Web 2, but we need them in Web 3. And the people who are looking at apps, not chains, consumers, not investors, need to be investing in tools like this or building tools like this, because I promise you, we would use the shit out of that. When Astrovault realizes their full potential and goes fully mobile, they're going to need something like this. All of the products that are forward thinking are going to need something like this. You guys can fucking build it. So just build it. Get it done. Hope that answered the question. And let me go back to producing here. I flipped the wrong button. I'm sorry. Armando Delgado, talking of Jackal, is there another way to look at our tokens since the chain is under construction? I don't understand that question. What do you mean look at your tokens? Or are you talking about looking at your tokens or looking at your data? From my understanding, all of your data is available via CLI. Now, I only use Aegis anymore. So whatever is hampering the true retail community, I can't speak on that. We'll get Marston on. Maybe he can answer the question or something like that. But I only use Aegis, so everything we're CLI across the board, and all of CLI elements are available. So I could see all of mine. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. We're porting to iOS, bro. So for people who are having trouble with that stuff, we have a solution for you. It's just not here right now. And let me see. I'm sure Belle is pissed at me here. Okay, yeah, she did respond. The lines are to show which ones you've asked. So I figured that out. Thank you. You guys, if you could, please give us 60 seconds. We're coming back. I got to talk to Belle for a second. So 60 seconds, guys. We will be right back. Thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast. We had Belle talking for a minute. Yeah, maybe not. She it didn't really she shouldn't be on the radio right now. She probably shouldn't even be here, but she's so dedicated to you guys, so much love for everybody in the podcast audience, that it gets a little rough. All right, Eric, This is probably for you, dude, because it's going to be coming down. It's not just us, dude. Anybody in Web3 that's actually disrupting things, we're all going to be nailed. Does Jackal and Aegis have a good lawyer team? I can say that I do have counsel. It's not really that kind of counsel, so we're probably going to have to expand. So everybody, please download Aegis. Get hook. Hey, I got to be able to pay the lawyers. I don't know about Jackal. I have no idea if they have good law firms. The funny part is that by the time we get to be that much of a nuisance, that governments around the world are starting to take notice of what we're doing. By then, we have generated so much income that we actually are in a position that we can fight them, that we can stand them off, for a good long time. It's not like the SEC's coming after us. They can't put it coming after us for what? The neat thing about Aegis right now in its current incantation is that it doesn't have a token, but that's going to change. As a matter of fact, we got the guy on here that's going to change it, and I could ask him. Eric's been super busy. He's got tons of projects running Dopenomics, migrating over to Neutron, doing all of these other things. And I know you still got Nibiru coming up, Eric, right?
Yes, sir. Right after
Yeah.
Neutron, we switch and we start doing Nibiru.
Yeah.
And we get
So
to slow down a hair.
I know he's got all this stuff going on, but we're actually trying to prove a point with this guy right here with Aegis. We're trying to prove a point that a project can be tokenized successfully if it is the right project that has the right revenue stream coming into it. Now, in this case, it's going to be Aegis. So I've been talking to Eric for a while, and I've secured secured the services of Dopenomics to say, design me a very specific token. Now, it's very, very important. It's twofold. Honestly, I'll tell you the big one is that we don't need it. We don't need the trouble. I don't need the hassle. I don't need the lawyers. I don't need any of this stuff. But the crypto world out here is so jaded right now on everything, and they should be, because they've been just absolutely bent over by 90% of the projects out here. But we wanted to prove that there's a different way of doing this, that a post-revenue company that is launching a token for a very, very specific reason can manage that token successfully. And it's a very, very tight variables that we've designed out for this. Now, for us ourselves, for Aegis, we are building narrow and we are building very, very deep. That means we're doing one thing, and we're doing one thing exceptionally well. So we need our token to be able to reflect that. So I pushed all of that over to Eric. I don't know how much thought he's actually put into it so far. Eric, do you got anything for me, or is it still just a nugget of an idea?
Nugget of an idea. It's a pretty
Okay.
good nugget, though.
It is. So our whole thing is we will be launching a token. Now, for everybody out here, I don't expect you to participate in this. And because this is something that really hasn't been done before, I wouldn't expect you to. Now, it's going to be my money in there. All right, this is mine. I'm all in on this. All right, 100% all in on this. So I either fly away in a jet or I walk away in a barrel with straps over the shoulders. that old scene. The guy, hey buddy, can you spare a cup of coffee? So I'm going all in on this, because I believe it's the right thing and that we can prove a particular point. But the idea is that what we're proposing can be done successfully. Now, airdrops, I've never been a big fan of airdrops because I don't believe that they've been properly utilized. So my idea is that we are going to properly utilize this one. We are not looking for investors. We are looking for consumers. And that means we need people to download the app. We want to showcase what we built. We want to show them the product that we built. So what better way to do it than to launch a token and airdrop it? But to claim the token, guess what you got to do, Eric? Guess what you have to do to get the token?
Got to upload a file of storage.
You got to download the app, create an account, and upload a file. That's what you have to do. And if you do those things, boom, here's your airdrop of the Aegis token, or whatever the hell it's going to be named. I hope it's the Aegis token. I mean, Christ. But there you go. Now, do I expect you to dump it on me? Absolutely. Absolutely, because right now airdrops are on the decline. Nobody cares about them anymore. They're going to get them, they're going to farm them, they're going to dump them. But I have somebody over here on my other side that runs Dopenomics that is prepared for something like this and is going to build that into, I hope, into the system so that I don't personally get wiped out. Because basically what I'm doing is buying downloads because we are a product and we thrive on downloads. That's what we need is downloads. And when Sir, you caught your breath. Did you have something you wanted to add to that?
I was going to talk about like what Bat first did with basic attention token with a Brave browser and how Dissenter does that kind of stuff. Like just the idea that yeah, they're making so much money from you watching ads, they're making so much money from the people who are showing ads, and they're like, hey, how about instead of us doing all this and whatnot, like why don't we pay you and you go and watch the ads yourself? Like money is being spent for you to watch it. Why not spend it on you? The Aegis either way is going to do marketing spends, is going to do ad spends. We're going to do a whole bunch of math and figure out what the expected cost of acquisition for a customer is, and figure out how to best do it. And would we rather pay, $1 per download to an ad agency, or would we rather give that dollar to the person who does the download and make them a part owner in the growth of it? Like it really is far more efficient. And more companies, more and more businesses are trying to do this. I mean, you saw Mr. Beast break YouTube by basically taking all the advertisement money he's putting in and put it all and give it away to his viewers to get them to keep watching it to get more advertiser money. Like it really isn't all that complicated when you have a real business. That's why I only am willing to work with real businesses. You've got a real business. There's real money to work with.
I didn't know you were that far along in this process, dude. I'm telling you, look, man, you just dropped my jaw for a second. We provide a service to Jackal. We provide storage providers to Jackal because if we don't have anywhere to store the data, then what's the point? Now we don't get any kind of priority access to it. The protocol is the protocol, and it can't be violated. It goes to whoever it is. But that just set up a flare as soon as you said that for the bat thing. So as long as people are pushing up files to Jackal, there's a chance that they land on the podcast servers. And if they land on the podcast servers, we get paid for hosting those files, for supporting those files. So it is literally in my interest to put as much of this token into the hands of as many people as I can to get them to upload files, because there's a chance that they're going to wind up on the podcast servers, and I can use that to offset the cost of everything out there that's happening. My God, that's brilliant. This is why we employed Dopenomics, dude. It would have never even occurred to me. It would have never even occurred to me that to do that very thing. My God, that's
and then we'll have multipliers for you earn more if you're an actual paid client, if you go beyond the initial like free 2 gigs and you actually pay for stuff, and that in essence is a discount. Like you pay full price, but then you get cash back. Like I believe in decentralized business because this functions the same as regular business. You get all the pros with less of the cons, and unlike traditional business, when we piss off the government, they can't shut us down. And that's another big part of why we need the token, because you might get arrested. And even though they can't get everyone's data, they can shut you just down and take it out of the app store. But if we tokenize it and have things owned by a DAO, somebody else can spin up a UI. Somebody else can spin up an app.
It's fucking railing right now, dude. So we could literally use revenue from the storage providers to buy back the Aegis token to keep to keep it going good, man. So we're providing, everybody else out here is going to get a free ride on my back. That's what's going to happen here.
Meanwhile, Aegis is even more profitable because you've already vertically scaled. I mean, because vertical scaling is the idea of you purchase from your supply chain. You buy, like, either you purchase your customers to guarantee volume, or you purchase from your supply chain to get the highest margin as well as the profit on that side. And by running all of the infrastructure already for the storage providers, you've already scaled. Now, next step would be to have other companies that you're a partial owner in start backing all their stuff up on Aegis and start doing that and basically becoming your own clients, and then you have both sides of vertical scaling. So
we really should have talked about this before we went live, dude. You couldn't call me. I had all day, dude. I've been sitting here typing on Twitter, and you could have gave me a call. Hey, did you think of this? Because it would have been better presented. Because fuck, now I'm like, God damn it, dude, man. There's so many things we can do, and you know what? It's all you're going to get a piece of all of this. That's the funny thing. Astrovault is going to get a piece of all of this because these are transactions that are occurring. All these transactions are going to be occurring on Astrovault. If we start integrating the Aegis token into the pay rail in any way, shape, or form, which of course we can give discounts if you pay with Aegis. We will give discounts if you pay with Aegis, because if you pay with Aegis, then we're getting buy pressure. Oh fuck, man! This is why aren't more people doing this? I think that seems to be to
Dude,
be the question.
I get asked that. I get asked that same question like 5 to 10 times a week, and I don't know. Or the other question I get asked all the time is like, people will be talking about comparative examples, and I just break down why they don't make any sense, and they're like, well, why aren't they doing this thing that you're talking about that makes more sense? Like, why did they get so much backing to do that thing that doesn't make sense? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why this entire ecosystem, and not just Cosmos, but all of Web3 is so unserious and immature. Because there are so many truly brilliant people that are building some incredible things. But hey, I'll be happy with the market opportunity I've been given.
Yeah, no, you got to take what you could be. Take what you got. All right, question. Mad scientist, narrow and very deep. Sounds like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader in the 90s. I'll give you a round of applause for that. No, what I mean by narrow and very deep is we are going to do one thing exceptionally well, and we are going to plumb to the very depths of every single thing that we can do with that one thing. In this case, it's data storage. Now, are there other things we can do? Yeah, there are. I'm actually hitting up the Gelato guys. I need them to stand me up a front end. Very, very loose, light grid front end, because we can easily, with the new Jackal tech, when you shoot a video, push a button and say, do you want to upload this to the Aegis streaming services, ASS? And that's exactly what it'll be called. So we've already enabled it. Marston already built it. The docs are in place. So we hit the button and we send it up to ASS. And now that is decentralized streaming platform as that's ever existed, because Gelato's got that Web 3.1 web interface thing, dude. You know about that? Did you see about that?
Yeah, I saw about that, but I also love that, you can stream anywhere and really anywhere from, the power bottom back to
From
DVPN. So
the
power
power
bottom's going to be
bottom.
powering ass.
Power bottom is powering ass. Dude, I can't write this
See,
stuff, dude. I'm
this
just
stuff
saying.
I love about decentralized business. Like, I don't like that we're unserious and the model's not making sense, but I fucking love that we're unserious to the point where we don't take ourselves too seriously and are down to have fun with what we build. This is beautiful.
This is what crypto started as. All right, dude. The ETFs and all this other stuff and big money and TradFi and all this came in here and fuck the ethos right into the ground. They said, no, we are all about the goddamn dollar and let's fuck the other guy and let's do that, instead of just building cool shit. I'm hooked up with the right guys who just build cool shit. We have the infrastructure in place to build that very cool shit. So this Web 3.1 website that cannot be taken down is going to be hosting the Aegis streaming services, the ASS, via the Power Bottom VPN, and that you can put anything up there within reason. As soon as you expose it, we know where it came from. But as long as it's what any reasonable person would consider acceptable, meaning no snuff videos, no silly shit. But if you want to get up there, just show your ass and make an ass of yourself, we'll host the video. Put it up, knock yourself out, dude. Nobody can take that down. But that is what Web3 started as. That's what it should have been. Build cool shit and give a finger to the authority. Don't ask permission. That's what Web3 was. And we're back. We're here right now, and it's starting from this tiny little niche of the dying cosmos ecosystem, and very, very few people are going to pick up on this. Dude, they're still saying, nope, they're still waiting for that next algorithmic stable token that they can buy or loan out their atom at 87%, buy the stable token, put that on the market, and earn 43.9% yield on it. They still say this is crypto. I say it isn't. I say it's a fat man with his ass hanging out, giving a finger to a fishing boat driving by that I consider hysterical. And he's just going to look at this and say, and having a wonderful day. And there's nothing you can do about that. You cannot take that video down. That is the crypto ethos. It's here. It's coming back. It's starting right here. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. I don't know how else to excite people without that. And We're providing a product and a service that you cannot get anywhere else. If you think you can, try, but you can't. And we're launching this soon. Eric, what do you got to say about that?
Gets me fired up. That's what keeps me working day in, day out. Sometimes I've got checks coming in, sometimes I don't. Either way, I believe in what I'm building because it's the world I want to see. It's the world I want to be a part of. And yeah, we're gonna make the world a better place for our kids.
Oh, I think we're gonna try. All right, question from G Taurus. Love G Taurus, by the way. He's an older cat like me. I would say us, dude, but you're still a pup, dude. You have not. Your balls haven't dropped yet. Soon though, it's gonna be very exciting, dude. Can't wait till you have like 35 kids, dude. That's gonna be 35 kids.
When that happens, can I finally have a son or? Is that just? I don't think that's in the cards.
Nah, dude, you got all daughters, man. That's karma. It's called karma. You did something bad, you get daughters, man.
My AP US history teacher told me in 11th grade. He said, "Eric, if you don't respect women, you're gonna have all daughters." And that son of a bitch was right.
Here you are, dude. Round of applause for the AP history teacher. All right, question from G Taurus. What airdrop value may persuade a user from Solana to download Aegis and try it out? Now, this is kind of an important question, Eric. I'm not really an interchain kind of guy. I don't have Solana contacts. I don't have any of these people, but I know you do, and you have a financial interest in this. How do we get Solana excited about this? Because Aegis is chain agnostic. Doesn't matter to us. We exist in the Web 2 world, not in the chain world. How do we get Solana on board?
So Jackal's just gonna build a deployment on Solana. Like, I don't know if they've announced that yet. Like, they haven't officially told me, but remember, they were building on Solana before they ever came out with Cosmos.
They cracked EVM, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I uploaded files today from Ethereum, so they already cracked EVM, dude. That's done. But no, I get back to the question. Yeah. How do we get Solana people over here?
So it's not going to be the answer that a lot of people want to hear, but that's because it's the right answer, and it's as little as we possibly can. Like, I know people are wanting, oh, I need a $50,000 airdrop. Like, that doesn't make sense. People were staking TIA, which had a $3 billion valuation, trying to get like $100,000 airdrops or something. If you want to airdrop a 10% airdrop to a $3 billion ecosystem, you have to airdrop $300 million. That doesn't make any sense. Like, Aegis is a business. It is a decentralized business, but it is a business. We want our cost of acquisition to be as low as possible. We want to pay it to the end users because we think that's going to make it lower, because we want as many customers for as little money as possible, because it's a damn business, and that's how it works. So it doesn't make sense to try to, if you want to airdrop $4,000 or something, then it needs to be like the giveaways you do in your video, where it's like, hey, of these next 1,000 downloads, one of them is going to get an airdrop that big. If it's about like how much will each person get, I haven't done all the math yet. We'll get into it, but we can also always build something flexible. Either I'll get some good math and it'll be like, hey, we feel pretty confident in this range, and our target is to get 10,000 users in this batch. By the way, then as we succeed, as we have margins and profits, we buy back the tokens. We can take the bought back tokens and we can put them to another airdrop to get another 10,000 customers. Additionally, though, if we don't know what the cost of acquisition is going to be, we could always do something like Stream Swap, where it's like, hey, the airdrop amount is actually going up as we're not getting users. As users speed up, now the airdrop they're getting as we get new users is going down, and we kind of find an equilibrium dynamically. So I don't know which way we're going to go with it yet. I haven't done all the work yet, but we'll figure it out and it'll make sense.
And we have to know, man. Look, man, dude, we are about consumers, not investors. I'm buying downloads. That's what I'm doing here, dude. I'm more than happy to do it. You know how much money I have wrapped up in this, dude? The airdrop thing, dude. That is the least of my concerns, all right? All of those things is the least of my concerns. But when we started out, this is a funny thing. I don't want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, dude, because I told you the booze is going to hit me like a freight train, and it did. I'm a little off. Very few people are going to be interested in this token. Very, very few people are going to be interested in this token. They don't know me. They don't know the product. They don't know anything about the podcast or our 5-year journey that took us from nothing, one subscriber up to where we are right now. They don't know anything about us. They don't understand my integrity, and I don't think they care. This is a space that is devoid of integrity. You assume the person is lying to you, or you really should. But we didn't really go that way. There's a marketing element to people that are owning a token that is very, very solid out here. People will defend to the death even terrible investments that they've made because they just simply refuse to admit that they were wrong about anything. Now, anybody who's going to be coming into this has to understand that the largest holder of this particular token is going to be me. All right, because I'm the one wearing the very first t-shirt. So, and I'm the one that's putting up the cash to make this happen. So the largest holder of this token is going to be Scott. Now, I don't need your money. All right. I've never asked for it. I don't need your money. Belle could use your tips, but aside, because I don't pay her, she's terrible. I can't believe she's been with me so long. But I don't need your money. So the largest holder of this is going to be Scott. Now, the largest holder of a token called Power Bottom happens to also be Scott. And I've exposed my wallets, and you guys have noticed, I'm sure, over time that I've never sold a single token because I don't need that money either. So it's going to be very, very hard with the trust level in crypto right now to get anybody to come on to this. But I believe that it's I know it's authentic. I believe that you're going to build a good model. It may not zoom. It's not going to go meme level. It's not going to do anything like that because it's dependent on revenue from the app, which is a very, very different thing that happens out here in crypto. You don't launch a product and then launch a token. You don't do that in crypto. You launch a token and hope you can deliver a product. That's crypto. We're doing it the other way. All right. We're going to be post revenue before we even launch the token. We have to be because your models are going to be for shit until we're post revenue. Eric, am I wrong about this? No, I'm not wrong about this. So until we actually know that we're going to be out here and moving and profitable, we're not going to launch a token because we don't want anybody to take the risk. I'm taking all the risk. But there's going to be 10 or 15 podcasters who's been with us for years and years and years that believe in me, that believe in what we're doing, that believe in the product, that are going to come on board and say, sure, I'll throw in $1,000. I'll throw in $500. I'll throw in $25. And these are the people that I really want to do well. And I will do anything in my power to make sure that happens, including buying back my own token. We're driving revenue from the app to that because our profit margins on these things are huge because we're only paying $15 per terabyte. Now, this is where it gets lost. It goes into the woods, goes into the weeds because people don't understand what hot storage costs. But hot storage for Dropbox costs $150 to $170 per terabyte because they're using Amazon Web Services. Don't take my word for it. Go to Amazon Web Services, ask for 1 terabyte of hot storage. With ingress and egress charges, you're paying $150 to $170. I'm paying $15. Now, this is an immutable fact. And because of that, I can beat them on price. And if I can beat them on price, it hits the 3 Ps. I haven't started talking about this yet, dude, but I'm about to. And that's going to be performance, privacy, and price. I can beat Dropbox on all 3 of those things. You're going to have a better performing app. You're going to have a privacy level that you've never had before. And we're going to be cheaper. With all of those things, just a matter of time. With us driving a portion of those obscene profits over to the Jackal token that allows, Jackal. It's driving us over to the Aegis token that allows us to do further airdrops, to do further marketing, for us to do outreach, for us to do all of the things that's necessary for us to download clients. I just don't see how this can miss, dude. All right, it's going to take a bit. It's going to take 6 months, 16 months, 18 months. It's going to take a bit because market penetration in a world like this is going to take some time. But with all of that, the sell pressure on this particular token is going to be effectively non-existent because I don't need the money. And as the largest holder, I'm not going to dump it. I can't wait to see how this plays out, dude, just so I can look at the entire crypto world, give them the finger and say, you guys got it wrong. We got it right. And we're ready to fucking roll. Eric, do you got anything you want to add to that, dude?
There will be selling pressure from the whole token holders because they'll get staking rewards from stuff like that, the same way there is with other things. But
There's
it's going
staking
to be a lot
rewards.
more logical.
We didn't even fucking talk about staking rewards. What are we
I
talking
know.
about here, dude?
Uh,
Do you got idea of this or what? What the fuck, dude?
yeah, it approaches consumer specific pricing. So things that go to buyback, redistribute to stakers, in a way where you get higher staking rewards the more storage you're buying, the more you're
I don't
actually doing for it.
I
I
don't
got
know
this kind
what
of
you
stuff.
just I don't know what you just said, dude. Why don't you explain that a little bit? The fuck did you just say? How much of my money did you just spend? I guess that's a better question, dude.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't worry about it. That's
Um,
great, man. See what I deal with, guys? You see why I'm here, man? All right, Eric, go fuck yourself. Question. Wait, you used the Power Bottom TD Jake's Ha Classic. Is Power Bell, what the hell did you just say? Wait, you used the Power Bottom TD Jake's Ha Classic. Is Power Bottom token live yet? Why, yes, it is. The Power Bottom token has been live a good long while. Dude, I just made a bunch of money during this stream, dude. I must be the smartest investor alive. Because there you go. It has nothing to do with me, man. Bitcoin. All the people taking a bow right now on their infinite brilliance and success, it has nothing to do with them, dude. Tia, oh my God, look at Tia. Look at Bitcoin, dude. All right, let's be real here. This is what's happening. Yes, Power Bottom has been live a good long while. I control at least 95% of the active tokens on there. Look at Eric. Eric's going to be giggling. I control virtually all of it. It's locked into multi-sig. I physically can't sell it. We did it as an experiment. Now, this is the funny part. We did it as an experiment to see if what we're talking about with Aegis is going to be feasible. Now, it turns out that the thing that's going to make it feasible are the pairings more than anything else, because if we want people to trade Power Bottom, they have to have a pairing to trade it against. Now, Osmo sucked out basically 40% of the entire value, because when we bought it, when we created this token, Osmo was sitting at about 85 cents, and currently Osmo is not, and that's the largest pairing of it. So yeah, it did everything I thought it would do. And yes, it's still out there. Now, we're not going to just abandon it, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of liquidity in this token that is effectively mined. We're not going to abandon it completely. What we're doing is launching the Power Bottom VPN that is part of the Aegis app. And you can see it right there. You see that little button? If you hit that, part of our premium package on the Aegis app is going to be a decentralized VPN. Sentinel. You guys are familiar with DVPN and Sentinel? Yeah, we've given them a lot of callbacks. They haven't, or call outs. They haven't given us any. So it's a Power Bottom VPN. They're open source. I can do whatever the hell I want. So it's the Power Bottom VPN, and any revenue that's generated through the VPN is going to be directly going to buying back and burning Power Bottom. So sorry, man. I don't make the rules. You guys made the rules. I tried to play nice. You didn't care. So gonna do whatever I want to do now. That happens to be one of those. So yes, sir. Power Bottom is live. From Jose Xavier, if Astrovault, ooh, this is you, Eric. If Astrovault has such strong tokenomics, why is it down 50% from the outbid and more than that from all-time high? Eric, I don't ask the questions. I just read them, dude. Go.
Yeah, that's a great question. I thought if something had good tokenomics, it would have absolutely zero volatility. That's on me. No, I'm not going to shy away from these questions. So, say thanks for asking.
Better not, dude.
So first and foremost, if there was absolutely zero trading of the AXV token, but the liquidity still existed, we would actually have been down more, which means that there's been more buying pressure than selling pressure. Which is interesting with the price going down that much, but that's because you have to factor in a liquidity base. If
fucking
AXV
Archway,
is paired
dude, just say it.
If AXV is
Christ.
paired to something like Arch, for example, and that's the only trading pair, and nobody trades against it, and the price of Arch goes down 90%, then the price of AXV would go down 90% along with it, because it's paired to Arch. Like if one Arch equals one AXV, and that Arch used to be 20 cents and now it's 2 cents, then now that AXV, which was 20 cents, is now 2 cents without anybody selling it. But that does show that, yes, there's been more buying pressure than selling pressure, and it has still led to this much of a price decrease, which does suck. And that brings me to my second point. The tokenomics of Astrovault are fantastic, if I do say so myself. It's also not the product. If there is ever an entire product that is based on tokenomics, like Olympus DAO, like SafeMoon, like Terra Luna, then it is a Ponzi. What good tokenomics
Oh,
do
wow.
what good tokenomics do is they capture the value that already exists and very efficiently utilize it to help grow a flywheel. Tokenomics do not themselves create value. If they do, that is a Ponzi. Astrovault creates value as a DEX by earning trading fees, by earning staking rewards, and by doing so on both sides incredibly efficiently. The tokenomics of Astrovault then drive that value to the token. If the price hadn't gone down, 80% from all-time high, if the price hadn't gone down 50% from outbid, then you wouldn't be able to stake AXV to earn like 14, 15% APR in the Atom token right now at scale with over 100K doing that right now. I think you can stake AXV to earn like 20% APR in Flicks. Like these are in tokens that are not AXV, that we are not printing, with just a part of the revenue going towards it while we still have a growing treasury. So the tokenomics of Astrovault are working incredibly well. The entire market has suffered. And all of this, by the way, like we've actually been decently stagnant while usage has gone way down. Like our daily active users are through the floor. And this sucks. These are the metrics that bug me. We have less users right now than we did months ago, by a significant amount. We have less volume now than we did months ago, even comparing for the price decrease. Like if you're trading, I don't know, 1,000 Arch a day and it's worth 20 cents compared to if you trade 1,000 Arch a day and it's 2 cents, the volume is going to be 1/10. Even factoring that in, we have less volume today. We've been able to track a lot of that down to the infrastructure issues, the RPC issues we've been dealing with, and a lot of that should be fixed with Neutron. Additionally, when we get the aggregator integration in a couple weeks, so Monday launching on Neutron, about 2-3 weeks after that, we'll be fully integrated with Skip, no dependence on CoinHall. We should have just about every Atom, Neutron, and wrapped Bitcoin trade going through us. That happens in the entire ecosystem. Unless people use Osmosis's UI directly to purposely take a worse trade, they're using any aggregator, we'll get the volume, we'll get the fees. I strongly encourage you to see what that does for the token.
And on a personal note here, Eric, I haven't mentioned this, but it seems like the stream to do that. When a person has like a $500,000 or a little bit more dollars that's tied up on your decks, and I can't make a trade because your fucking RPCs won't let me, I don't care whose fucking fault it is. And I don't think you quite understand the Herculean effort it takes me at 4 a.m. to not call you up and say, fix your fucking shit. What do I have to do? Whose do I have to blow here to just make it work? I'm just saying, this seems like the stream to just go ahead and air this particular grievance. You are locking me out of my money. And we're not talking about $80, dude. I have concerns. Will it be fixed with fucking Neutron? Because if it is, I'll migrate everything over that way. All I want is for what you built to perform. Now, what's it going to take, dude?
As far as we know right now, it will only be fixed on the Neutron side. And this is angering us to absolutely no end. Our private message history, because we message them privately,
I'm
is
not asking about any of
very,
that shit,
very
dude.
much
I'm asking about that very
Benji
specifically.
sending giant logs and details of this is what's going on, this is what we need to do. We've talked to the Lava team, who has a prop going on chain, or that's on chain right now. If you guys want to vote for the Lava prop, they're asking to spend a whole lot of money to get an RPC solution. We backed Phi Labs and saying no about 6 months ago, because Phi Labs said they had solutions. They didn't solve anything. Things got a lot worse, and they're still on the forum saying, "Oh, this isn't going to solve the Astrovault problem." We've talked to other independent RPC teams. None of them are working. They say they think there's something wrong with the chain. We don't know. All we know is it doesn't work. As far as we're concerned, the chain doesn't work, and it's really damn frustrating. And I'm hoping with this V9 upgrade, things get solved, but we don't have reason to believe that they will be. So we are migrating some pools to the Neutron side, namely the Wrap Bitcoin USDC pool to help with some USDC routing with our hybrid pools, the AXV Wrap Bitcoin, the Atom X Atom, the AXV X Atom pools. We're migrating to the Neutron side. If issues continue and we just can't use Archway for whatever reason, then we have to migrate more stuff onto Neutron, because I use Astrovault all day, every day, and it's frustrating as hell. I get it.
Okay. I'm concerned about the Jackal pools. I'm concerned about the Wrap Bitcoin pools, and I'm concerned about the farms. That's where the bulk of my money is sitting right there. By the way, the farms, guys, come on. 16.6% for the goddamn Atom farm with no impermanent loss. The fuck's the matter with people, man? I don't get it, man. I'm like, what? How are you guys looking at crypto differently than the way that I'm looking at crypto? I don't understand that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Uh, what I want is access to my money, Eric. You're going to make that happen on Neutron, right? Just give me a big thumbs up and say, you betcha, Scott, I gotcha. Go ahead and say that.
You betcha, Scott. I got you.
You see how easy that is, man? Look, we can do business, man. This is nice and easy. All right, next question from Mad Scientist. Scott, did you ever make contact to a casino about this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that question came from, Bell, or the origination of it. If it had anything to do with casinos, I'd kick it over to Eric because he's kind of a casino guy. Look at him. Look at his face, man. He is a 100% degenerate gambler all the way down to his core. All right. He is just a dirty, dirty blackjack guy. So it's gonna be something. Oh, by the way, dude, I found the poker game. It's not over here in the Cosmos. It's actually over on Ethereum, but I found it. It works. It plays. That's where we're going to be doing our streams next time we do it. We can talk as we play Hold'em, and I just rip the ass right out of you, dude, because you also seem like the kind of guy that'll chase the two outer, and I got time, man. That's all I'm saying, dude, is I got time. Question from Jose Xavier. Follow-up question. Archway has been... I'm just reading it verbatim, guys. All right. This is not a personal attack. I'm just reading this. Follow-up question from Jose Xavier. Archway has always been retarded. Why launch there in the first place? Boy, that's a good question, Eric.
I
Yeah, I'm
that
sorry,
hurts.
dude. I just read them, dude. I'm not passing moral judgment here, man.
I really do like very much of the Archway team. I very much believe in what the vision was and believe that it could have been achieved. I'm not happy with the execution, obviously. Look, we were coming from a shit show, looking for a place to deploy, looking for someone to support us. As like this isn't the first time we've been hurt, you know. And they were well funded. They said a whole lot of wonderful things. They had similar focuses in trying to, create economic innovation. And I absolutely agree with their vision. I agree that it could have been done, and I like the people on the team. It could have gone great. Everything about this deployment could have gone fantastic, and it absolutely breaks my heart that we haven't seen that. And hopefully we do. Hopefully they turn things around. Hopefully, like some things in their organization from the outside looking in now seem like they're going better. But yeah, like overall, this sucks. Hope it gets better, but you can say that maybe I just lack discernment if there's twice as has happened now. But yeah, fair question. But we had reasons. At the same time, it's like, what were the alternatives at the time? Juno, Kujira, and we're like, no, no. So it's not like all these other layer one options would have been great, and it still was easiest to build and showcase the model building out in the Cosmos ecosystem. Neutron doesn't have staking rewards, wasn't even around really at the time that we were starting.
No.
Nibiru wasn't even a thought yet, as far as I know. So like, we probably made the best choice, and or at least it makes me feel better to think that. And execution has just not been all that we had hoped.
A drowning man will cling to anything, dude. It doesn't really matter what's in the water. You're going to grab a hold of it, man. And yeah, Tor and all those guys over on Secret, it didn't go well for you over there, man. There was really no hope. And yeah, so no, I get it. And Juno, look, man, that was a falling comet at the time, dude. You didn't want to tie yourself. Can you imagine if you were over on Juno? Because you'd be the only thing, but you'd be looped. You'd be linked in there with like Loop.
And we were like, if you remember the airdrop time back when like Prop 33 failed, like we were willing to go take that loss, knowing like where Juno was going. We were still willing to do it just to grow, just for cost of acquisition or whatnot. And they said no. And they were on Twitter Spaces saying like, how can you assume that your token has literally a single dollar of value if your token's not live and trading yet? And just like things that make no sense. I'm like, yeah, I might just be wasting my time.
Juno mindset, dude. I still believe in them, dude. I made them kind of a loose buyout offer. And then, no, man, we still believe in it, man. That was way back. That was like fucking 9 months, a year ago. They said, no, we still believe in it. And I said, no, 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 let me fix it. Man, look, here's a buyout. Let's come on in. Let's make this happen. And they said, no, no, we're still there. I don't even know how the token's doing right now, dude. I'm pretty sure it's in the shitter. But they might have a poker program coming online. I hope they do. I hope they have something, man.
If they
'Cause
build anything decent, they'll get a grant to go somewhere else. Like that, just
eh, eh,
has no, it doesn't have the resources at all to facilitate any growth. They are, in all intents and purposes, dead, and
no,
that's why we
isn't
have to
that a
protect
bit?
ourselves from that kind of
And like,
eventuality.
we didn't get a grant from anybody, dude. It's completely self-funded, man. It is completely bootstrapped by yours truly. That's why I feel confident calling the shots for it, because it's all my money, man. I'm not beholden to anybody on any of this stuff. Anyway, look, we got no more questions because the little Discord, the way Bell, do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Go ahead and say hi, Bell. It's all I'm on the frame. We won't. Nobody will see you with your hair up and all that stuff, Bell. But you want to say hi? Go ahead and say hi. Come on, give him a little bit. Give him a little bit of the Wolfman Bell.
Hello.
Whoa, Bell. Whoa.
I sure as shit hope that was you, dude. Because if not, man, oh my God, run away, folks. Hope you guys had a good time tonight. I'm going to be back tomorrow. There were a bunch of apps I wanted to get into tonight, but anytime I get Eric on here, man, me and him are just philosophically just going at it. And I think it's important. I think it's important for another way to look at crypto as opposed to the way that we're looking at it right now, saying, oh my God, I sure hope Bitcoin goes up. Fuck that, dude. There is another way. But if you want to keep living your life there, with that in that world, hoping people buy a token so that your tokens go up. I'll tell you flat out right now, guys, we're not the show for you anymore. We're pressing on. We're pressing on to value creation, not value hopium. All right, we've had enough of that. That time is done, and it was actually done about 12 months ago when we started talking about it. But we're past that now, man. We're looking for really, really cool Web3 products that you can hold on your phone, that you can push out, and that solve a problem, that provide a service that people pay for. That's what we're looking for now. That's all I'm really interested in, because this is the way out for crypto. You're always going to have the bitter clingers. You're going to have the people that are hanging on, bitter clingers. You're going to have the people that are holding on to what they hope will work, as opposed to actually seeing a path for how it will work. And that's the discernment that you're not going to find anywhere else, man. We would love to get more subscribers. We'd love to get more people over here on the channel. We'd love to have more people over here on our live streams, because we think we're sending an accurate message. And that really matters now, man. There's a lot of confusion in crypto, and we just try to unclutter it. That's really all we do. I support one single DEX out here, no more. I support AXV because I believe that they're doing the right thing at the right time with the right model. It's gonna take them a bit to get their legs under them. I'm more than happy to take that ride with them, because I do believe in the product. I'm not telling you to buy the token. I'm just saying, when you got to make your swaps, maybe consider them to make your swaps. That's how they earn. Isn't that funny? They provide a service and you pay them for them. Fucking weird. But they're the only ones that I support. Everybody else I have very little interest in. And that's it. Aside from that, we're going to build cool things. We're going to push them out. You use them, don't use them. It's up to you. But we're going to provide a level of privacy and security that you take with your tokens. We're focused on your data. So that's the direction we're going. Hope you guys understand why we're pivoting this hard in this way. Anyway, Eric, go ahead, man. Talk it up.
Yeah, guys, not gonna ask you for handouts, not gonna ask you for charity. I ask you to make your own rational decisions and consider us in that. That's always been the goal in the position of Astrovault. If you're interested in DeFi plays and farming and whatnot, check our rates compared to other dexes. You'll find, even at current prices, you'll have a lot of really better opportunities on Astrovault compared to other things. We're asking that when you trade, consider us in your routes, especially for the next couple weeks before we're fully integrated in Skip. And then at that point, use Skip. Like long term, we expect ourselves to be a profitable liquidity hub, and DeFi to be sequestered in liquidity hubs and good aggregators. Skip's the best aggregator here. Obviously, I'm working with Swing.xyz or Galaxy.exchange for all-in-purpose routing. So they'll factor Skip and other things. And while you do stuff like that, because Astrovault has hyper concentrated liquidity and some really cool stuff and makes a lot more logical sense as a liquidity hub for these assets. When you trade for assets that we have listed, it will trade through Astrovault. Like that should be happening already. If you want to buy and sell Bitcoin, that will happen on Astrovault. If you want to buy or sell Atom or Neutron, that will happen on Astrovault. Jackal, exactly. So I'm not asking you to go out of your way, asking you to make more logical and better decisions for yourself. And we think that we have a good enough model that that's where it will be. At the end of the day, people can, if times get tough, they can only rely on sales. So either they try to sell you on charity and hope and selling a token, or they can try to raise sales to raise revenue to solve things themselves. We're a real business. We're partnered with a bunch of real businesses like Aegis, like Jackal, like Dissenter, and whatnot. When these times get tough, we're going to do what we can to raise sales and solve problems ourselves. And that's exactly what we're doing. Stay tuned for Monday for a Neutron deployment.
Yeah, dude, I got you on all that, dude. I'm gonna personally race you guys to $500 million valuation, dude. Just wait. We had a last second question there from Potomi. See how good I am at producing, Bell? Huh? See how good I am at it? I'm excellent. Has there been any discussion about the Kudos FET situation? Sorry, late to the stream and missed the last couple. No, but you just you mused me, sir. You gave me the muse. Bell, send that man $10 worth of power bottom. Tell him how to do it. That's a great question. No, but you gave my focus for the stream tomorrow night. I didn't really get to thunder away. But from a kudos perspective, dude, I backed you. All right. I supported you. I interviewed you. I put you on my stream and you lied right to my fucking face. So, yeah, I have some concerns. And I think tomorrow night is an excellent opportunity to go ahead and vent them. Thank you for fucking lying. Thank you for setting it up. But thank you for giving us a very good stream, sir. If you will tune in tomorrow night, I promise you're going to hear my all of my attention is going to be right there. I don't think Eric can make this one, and I don't think he wants to be tied to me on this one. But, you know, what are you going to do to me, man? All right, what are you going to do to me? Anyway, appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Sorry about the Belle was here. And I'm sorry you didn't get to see her pretty face tonight, but yeah, she's not feeling it. So what are you going to do? Anyway, guys, questions or comments, Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I answer any and all. Nobody asks me shit anymore. I'm refreshing my inbox, and there's no questions there. But if there are, I promise you're going to get a prompt response. Appreciate it tonight. We will see you tomorrow night, 1800 Central. Bell may or may not be speaking, but all the love in my heart goes out to you guys for supporting a fat, old, bitter man for all of these years. Thank you. Tip of the hat, and we're going to catch you guys next time. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com.